Hello everybody, welcome back to some more prod or, regular Realm of the Mad God. Been getting a lot of requests for this one lately. I thought that everyone always enjoyed Nilly's Realm more, and that this was kind of the weird series that everyone kind of watched but didn't really enjoy as much as the other one. But apparently, a lot of people really don't like Nilly's Realm and prefer regular Realm. So here we are. Doing our normal Wednesday video. So either way, hope you guys are having a great week so far. Mine's not too bad. It's standard, I guess, would be how I would describe it. Go to work, be done with work, drive home, eat, hang out with the family for a bit. They go to bed. I play some video games and record and edit, and then I go to bed, and basically it starts over again. So that's kind of my day in a nutshell for most days, unfortunately. So, but it's not all bad, I suppose. I have a job and I have a family, and it's not horrible. So I did want to talk about something I did think is horrible today, and it's something I've talked about a little bit before. But it's probably something that should be mentioned every once in a while. Keep it fresh in people's minds and all that good stuff. And that is scummy things that developers do, and pre-orders and DLC and all that kind of stuff. So, and for the most part, I just want to talk about pre-orders. Ooh. Glad we came in here. We got a defense potion. I think we need 1 attack and like 3 speeds. So those are the things we're going to work on today. So back when I was a kid, when I was a wee lad, ooh, ice cave. When I was a kid, we didn't really have pre-orders. I think the first game I ever remember there being pre-orders for or doing anything for was like Halo 2. I think it was Halo 2. It wasn't the first Halo, that's for sure. I think it was the second one. And I remember in that game, oh man, this is freaking annoying. I remember when that game came out, I actually took off school, went over to a friend's house, and we played some Halo 2 all night, basically. And then, yeah, that's what I did when Halo 2 came out, which was awesome. Probably not the best role model for everybody, but you know what? You could do that kind of stuff way back when. Now everyone's so uptight about everything, it sucks. But yeah, you could do that kind of stuff way back when. Is it just me and one other guy? Because if so, I don't really want to do this. Yeah. Let's just head back. It's this way, I believe. Yeah, so I think the first game and I did actually pre-order it too, was Halo 2. But then again, back then, if you didn't pre-order a game, then you might not have gotten it at launch. You'd probably sell out. The stores would be out, or you'd have to go to a whole bunch of different places to see who had it, and then you would have to maybe wait, probably. At least for most games back then, we didn't have where you could download them directly and play them on day one or preload them or any of that kind of stuff. So back then, pre-orders actually had the purpose of actually reserving your game for you, so it would be there so you could play it on day one if you wanted to, and that was their original purpose. And then the game companies saw this and said, it's nice getting money before we actually have products to sell. So let's start selling games early, basically with pre-orders, and you can pre-order everything. And it doesn't matter that, you don't really have to wait anymore or any of that kind of stuff. It doesn't matter that stores don't sell out or anything anymore, because we want our money now, when, before we've earned it. And it's just kind of slowly spiraled from there. I need a bush or something to hide behind. That was not a political joke or a sex joke. All right, let's do that. and it just kind of devolved from there, unfortunately. So, obsidian dagger. People really like that one because it makes you shoot super fast. Makes you feel special and yeah, I don't know, it's kind of fun. But yeah, so there was a time way back when where I would actually pre-order games that I wanted to, and you would put down like $5, and then you would have your name on the list, and when it came out, you would show up and you would just buy the rest of it. And way back when, they didn't even have pre-order bonuses, you know? It was simply just, if you want the game on day one and you don't want to risk not having it, then this is what you did. So okay, let's head in here. We can get past this guy here. Your finger ready on that R button. Go back if you need to. I saw that grave up there. Does not make me feel safe. Rest in peace, man. All right, let's see. There's people almost there already. It kind of sucks you can't teleport to people, but it also makes sense, you know? So let's put that away. Oh, hello. There's two of them. Those guys are not to be trifled with. Yep. I think we've lured them away enough. We can probably sneak in. There we go. All right, we are almost in. There it is. All right, guys. We have made it. It's not very often we actually make it to this fight. Did we get anything? It does not look like it. Oh, that's good. Because why not? We'll probably die. I hope not. Everybody knock on wood for me. All right? We'll need it. So, yeah, so it used to be that was the purpose. And then they're like, all right, look at all this money that we can get, you know, before we, you know, it's really nice having money before, you know, we actually have anything to sell. So why don't we just start doing pre-orders on every game, even though we're not running out of anything, you know? And then people are like, hey, you know, there's no reason to pre-order anymore. So let's just not do that, because why pre-order if I'm not going to need to guarantee myself a copy? And so that's when pre-order bonuses came around. And part of me wants to say, I think in the beginning, they wanted to give back to their like loyal people, right? Like, all right, in the beginning, they were like, all right, you know what, you guys are pre-ordering and all this kind of stuff, which is nice. I'm not going to go into that. So I did see somebody message me. I apologize, I couldn't message back. You will let me know. Hero, I think it was. I'm sorry that I couldn't message you back. I was a little bit busy, but. And when pre-order bonuses started, they were actually really cool. I have a few sitting on this shelf behind me, actually. One of them was for... Oh, what game is that? Overlord 2. Actually, I got several for Overlord 2 because apparently not a lot of people showed up to buy it, so they had a whole bunch of these things. And so they basically just said, hey, do you want like 2 or 3? And so I got like 2 or 3 of them, which was awesome. So, but they're the little minion statues from Overlord. I should really do a playthrough of that game. I love that game. It's a great game. I really should. So, but yeah, so, and then I have a pre-order. There's actually a remote control tank from, if I remember correct, it's Gears of War 2. It's sitting behind me. I can't really take a look at it right now. I'm just going off of memory. I'm pretty sure it was Gears of War 2. So way back when, you got like statues and you got like remote control tanks and all this kind of stuff. And then the game publishers and developers got greedy and said, oh, look, you know, if they'll take this remote control tank and they'll take this, I don't know, boxer briefs that, I don't know, Max Payne would wear. I'm just pulling stuff out of my ass. I don't know if that's even a thing. If it is, it would be awesome. But, you know, if they're willing to take this and they slowly stepped it down from, look at all this cool stuff you get, to, you get this skin that we probably were going to put in the game, or, you know, it didn't take that long to make, but you can have it if you pre-order it. Oh, but if you don't pre-order it, you'll be your only friend without this skin on your gun. You don't want to be that loser now, do you? No, don't want to be that loser. Look, this one's a golden gun. If you don't pre-order, you won't get golden guns, and you know from Call of Duty that golden guns are special, right? And of course, that one there I was talking about, Borderlands 2. Probably one of the worst kind of like early pre-order bonus, Borderlands 2, because you got these golden guns. Like, oh, look how spiffy these guns look, right? But the thing about Borderlands 2 is it's a looter shooter. And so the whole game is about getting new loot and upgrading your guns. And so having golden guns at the beginning is useless because you're gonna find something better pretty quick. And in fact, the golden guns you got in that game weren't special or anything in pretty much any way. They were basically the same starter guns that you normally would have gotten. And you basically, you know, replaced them, you know, within the first, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes. So what's the point, you know? So that one was pretty bad. And you just see this cycle. You see this like downward spiral of greed going on. And I think my favorite example, and the one that everyone's probably thinking of right now, is the augment your pre-order crap that Deus Ex Mankind Divided tried to pull. And basically what they tried to say was, hey, you know, depending on how many other people pre-order our game, we'll give you better stuff. So you better get all your friends to pony up. You better get them all to pony up $60 for this game that you don't even know if you're gonna like, just so that you might get, you know, both the golden and also the platinum weapons. Oh, yes, you want the golden and the platinum weapons, don't you? Yes, that would be great. And unfortunately, what you start to see is they're basically gating off pieces of the game under a paywall that is a pre-order bonus. And so if you weren't around to pre-order it, or you're being a smart consumer and waiting for reviews or waiting to see what your friends thought of it or to try it out when it came out, then you miss out. And so it's a way for them to get in your head, and it's a way for them to make it so that even if you didn't really want to pony up that $60 on a game, you know, that maybe you would like, maybe you wouldn't, maybe you did buy it over not buying it, right? And unfortunately, even with the way that games have been going, is that the games, when they come out, are kind of in a state of disarray, you know? Like they're broken, they need patches, they don't have all of their content, you know, unlocked or anything right away. This is bad. There we go. There we go. Or you know, multiplayer doesn't work great, or their servers are dying, or all this kind of stuff. And games are constantly coming out in just like a state of disarray, to where you probably don't want to buy them on day one, because chances are, you know, they're gonna be broken and not work. And who wants to buy a broken, not working game? You know, I think Ubisoft is probably one of the worst. I'd say Ubisoft and EA are some of the worst developers / publishers for this, to where it's like this character doesn't even have a face. Like, you can see through his face because the texture clipping is weird, right? What game was that? It was an Assassin's Creed game that was doing that. I don't remember which one. So, And unfortunately, now what you get are, if you don't buy our game before it comes out, you won't get this super special thing that all your friends are gonna have, right? And it's this silent manipulation thing, right? But if you do buy it, you might get stuck with this glitchy game that doesn't work the way that it should. And nobody wants that, you know? You get stuck, you get left with this pile of shit that you know, that if you waited for reviews, then you probably wouldn't have bought. Or maybe it's a game that you don't even like, you know? You were really excited about the new, I don't know, what's a good game that, okay, like Resident Evil. I think, was it Resident Evil 5? I'll be honest, I'm not a huge Resident Evil fan, to where I know that much about the series. I just never played it a lot when I was a kid. I think was it 5 or 6? One of them was like really hated by Resident Evil fans. Which one was it? I don't remember. But whichever one it was, let's say it was 6. I don't remember, but let's say it was 6. All right, so you're a fan. You bought Resident Evil 4 and 5, and you're like, all right, 6 is coming up. You know, this is gonna be awesome. I can't wait to play one of my favorite game series, right? And then you buy the game, and it is by far the worst game in the series. You absolutely hate it. It's not what the other ones were, you know? And it's awful, and you wish you never would have bought it, you know? But you pre-ordered it, so you put all this money down. And it used to be that you were stuck with it. Now you can take them back for the most part, but not always. So, but anymore, it's just become a way for them to manipulate you in order to get you to buy a product before you know you even like it, before the reviews are out, because, you know, as much as they love reviews and they love YouTubers and stuff putting out content for their game, if the YouTubers don't like the game, they're gonna put out content saying they don't like the game, and then people are not gonna buy it. So they love content, but they only love content that, you know, shines a good light on the product. Makes sense, right? So, but yeah, and you'll see that, you know, I don't know if you guys have been following some of the stuff going on behind the scenes, especially with like Jim Sterling and stuff, where he's been unofficially kind of like blacklisted from doing reviews from certain publishers. They won't, well, not doing reviews, but they won't send him review codes for these games because he actually speaks his mind about the game, and he does a fair, roughly unbiased, you know, fairly unbiased video on it. And they don't want that. They want a YouTuber to go out and be a cheer squad and say, oh yeah, this is the best game, you should all buy this game, and you know, this game is the best, right? And unfortunately, that's not what a lot of people are A, willing to do, or B, really should do. You know, you shouldn't. If you're there to review the game, you should do your best to review it fairly for the consumer, because otherwise they'll be buying products that they don't like, and that's not good for the gaming economy, and also because, you know, it's not good for your audience. You're basically misleading your audience. So it's not good for you. It's not good for them. The only person it's good for is the game developers. So yeah. So I don't know. That's why I don't condone pre-ordering anymore. I don't. And to be honest, nowadays you can just basically buy the game that you want on the launch day and download it, not have to wait anytime. Don't even have to go out to a store, worry about if they have it in stock, stand in lines or whatever. Steam is great. You can just go on Steam, buy your game, and download it, and then bam, you have it on day one. And so pre-orders are absolutely unnecessary, and especially in a climate to where games are coming out in a more unfinished, unpolished state where they need day one patches and everything to function correctly, it just isn't worth it. It's just not. It's not worth it. And a lot of times the pre-orders, like I said, are stuff. The pre-order bonuses are stuff that it's like, why is this not in the game already? Like, why did you have to exclude this just for the pre-order bonus? It doesn't make sense. And the worst ones, the absolute worst, awfulest. I ran out of words that mean worst. The absolute worst pre-order bonuses are the ones where they actually section away parts of the game to where you can only play it if you pre-order it, or maybe it's a map that you can only play with other people that pre-order it. Like, oh yeah, if you get this, you get the exclusive. I don't know. Let's say Call of Duty, for example. I don't remember if they did this, but let's say the Nuketown, right? Let's say Nuketown was pre-order only. You absolutely could not play it unless you pre-ordered it, right? After a while, you'd be like, you know what? I love Nuketown. I want to play Nuketown. And you hop on, and all the people who pre-ordered it don't play that game anymore. They play a different one. You have nobody to play Nuketown with, right? Or day one or whatever pops up, and nobody's playing that map, after a week or so, because, the amount of people that have it have diminished, right? Or the ones that are like, you get an extra chapter in the story, you get the extra ending if you pre-order, if you pony up, you get the extra ending. Like, seriously? You're taking away the ending unless you pre-order the game? That's absolutely mental. That's awful. And it's horrible. But the problem is people do it. And because people do it, the developers and the publishers and everyone are like, well, look, it works. Our stock is going up. Therefore, this deal makes great business sense, even if it doesn't make great sense for our fans. But everything is about the company. And so since it benefits the company, that's what they go with. So, and that's just business. That's how business works. That's why, as much as everybody hates Comcast because it's an awful, awful company, it's an awful company for the customers. The company itself is actually a really good company. Their stocks are always going up, and the shareholders are making money. And that's what makes a company good or bad, is if the shareholders are making money or not. So as a company, Comcast is a great company. But as someone who deals with other people's snake. I don't see a snake pit. Where's the snake pit? I want it. I want in. I need a speed. But it's just horrible for customers. So, yeah, I don't know. It's just one thing, a new game comes out. We forgot to talk about the biggest recent one that happened where everyone felt super screwed over. And that's No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky is a great... Oh, I ran right into that. I was trying to dodge away. No Man's Sky is a great example of why you shouldn't pre-order games or necessarily trust pre-hype. You can trust hype after the game's out and there's reviews and there's people playing. They're like, oh, this game is awesome. Yeah, absolutely go for it, But before the game is out, you can't trust that. Anymore, they'll doctor up footage and the screenshots and the pre-release footage and all that kind of stuff that they show may not be indicative of the actual game. And so you can't necessarily trust that. And so basically what I want to say, if you get anything out of this, is everybody, we should all collectively stop pre-ordering. Because you don't actually gain anything out of it, but there's a lot of stuff to lose. The only thing that you could lose out of not pre-ordering is not getting that golden weapon or the, I don't know, spaz skin or whatever, I'm not quite sure. Whatever skin you wanted or character or whatnot. And really, to be honest, in a year or two, when you stop playing that game, it won't matter at all. It won't matter if you have that special skin. It won't matter if you have that weapon or whatever. It won't even matter if you have that extra map that they're toting and saying you can only get this if you pre-order. Because in a year or so, everyone will be moving on to the next newest game. Nobody will be playing that map anymore, and you wasted a lot more money. Not to mention, you know, if you pre-order, if you buy it right away, you pay the whole price for the game, which is what they want you to do. Versus if you wait a bit or you buy it, you know, from on a sale or something, right? Oh, we maxed it. There it is, guys. Max attack. 2 out of 8. Next stop, speed. Not the drug, but maybe the drug. Actually, I'm not quite sure what they put in those speed potions in this game. It could be drugs. Probably drugs. This game is about doing a lot of drugs, kids. That's what this game is about. Look, everything's so bright and colorful, right? Like you're on drugs. I think we're on to something, guys. This is a druggies game. Realm of the Mad God is. It's about doing drugs, keeping yourself bright and cheerful. Everything's all nice and bright and happy, right? Look at that ghost god was smiling. He was having a happy day. He took his joy this morning. That's right. Crossing into that game. It's another game that you shouldn't pre-order. A lot of people are really excited about that game. Because I think they thought it was going to be something it wasn't. I think everyone imagined that game was going to be like BioShock. Because of the art and the kind of weird, messed up, macabre thing going on in that game, right? There's a snake pit right there. There we go. Perfect. Let's get one more speed. All right, we'll do the snake pit. We'll end it there. But again, just to reiterate, guys, don't pre-order your games. I don't care what the pre-order bonus is, you know? You are basically telling them it's okay to pull this shit and to make things worse for their customers, and to know that even if they release a broken, glitched out game, people will still buy it, you know? And of course they care about the numbers, right? And so if we show them that we're not going to buy pre-orders anymore, those numbers go down, and then they stop doing all this bullshit that they like to do. And unfortunately, they won't stop until those numbers go down. That's just how business works. So, all right, come on. Oh, we missed. Should be able to kill her pretty quickly. There we go. All right, perfect. Got our speed potion. We just need 2 more speed to get to that 50. And let's actually check. Let's see what else we need really quick. 21 death. That's going to be the fun one, right? Oh, we need 3 speed. Yeah, I think I said. No, we don't need 1 more attack. Oh, wait. Hold on. I forgot you have to go back to the Nexus to reset it. All right, let's reset it. What do we got? 20 defense, 2 speed. Okay. So I'm going to leave it off here. I don't think anything that I've told you guys is new. I just wanted to remind people, now that the holiday season is coming up, there'll be a lot of newer games coming out, exciting pre-order bonuses and whatnot, and useless junk that you don't need. And we should all be holding fast, standing together, not pre-ordering, and basically letting these companies know that we won't stand for this. But that's all I have today for you guys. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you in the next episode.